Hi everyone, this is the Michael Myers fanatic. I just wanted to talk about the show WWE Smackdown. It launched on August 26th of 1999, and it used to star The Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Actually, I don't know why I said Kurt Angle, because he wasn't even a part of the roster yet, but you get my point. The Rock was the main star, and he always said that SmackDown was his show, and he would refer to the fact that it was named after his catchphrase, lay the smack down. But anyway, I just want to say that I know that it's moving to Thursday nights again. It's been on Friday nights ever since 2005. But I'm at a point now where it's like I don't even care that it's going back to Thursday nights. Even if it is going back to Thursday nights, so what? What's that gonna do? That's just a change in the day of the week. Are they trying to recapture that nostalgia? You'll never get it back. Poor writing, poor performers, both in ring and outside of the ring. So it doesn't really matter anyway. It really doesn't. Remember when SmackDown had that cool theme song? When it would be like dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun. When it had the very first theme song? But then it started going to that rock and roll stuff. The beautiful people, da 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 da. In my opinion, it actually started getting boring around, I'd say, 2003. But then again, it sort of got bad around 2002. But it still wasn't that bad because you still had Stone Cold, you still had Triple H, you still had Kurt Angle. But it really got bad in 03 because you didn't have Stone Cold or The Rock. And now as the years go on and on, it's getting worse. And the thing that really gets me is that I get the feeling that they're trying to move it back to Thursday nights because they think that somehow that's going to change things. But it's not. It's still going to be boring. I don't even bother to watch SmackDown anymore. Well, I do, but I don't care as much as I used to care. I'm just going through the motions. SmackDown is like that girl that I once loved, but then as the time went on, she got boring and the relationship got monotonous. So now when we see each other for that one special date, we're just going through the motions. It's like, hey dear, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. I don't really care how she's doing, I just say it because it's part of the protocol. That's the way I think of SmackDown. I just don't like it anymore. I don't blame John Cena for the decline of SmackDown. I really don't. If anything, I think he added to SmackDown when he had the Thugonomics gimmick. He added to it when he was that gimmick. And I admit that I was a Cena fan back in the day. I'll admit that. When he was doing the thug thing. I admit that I used to park my wheelchair in front of the TV and I'd be like, you can't see me, along with the other teenagers. But here's the thing. That was when I was a teenager. I grew up. It's over now. SmackDown is horrible. It's so bad that I don't even bother watching it on TV anymore. I just get it off YouTube. Or I stream it. People actually watch Raw on TV. Nobody watches SmackDown anymore on TV. They just stream it. SmackDown is a snooze fest. Seriously. I remember watching it with my dad. He'd be like, SmackDown is on, and then I'd come in there and watch it with him. But not anymore. Because when we were watching it back then, they had The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H and people like that. But who do they have now? It's not worth watching. Am I gonna watch it when it comes on? Probably. Remember when the Big Boss Man killed Al Snow's dog? That was a good moment. Or when the rock bottom British Bulldog and the dog poop? Or when Stone Cold Steve Austin blew up the DX Express? Or the time when Triple H pretended that he had something wrong with his face, but it was really a setup just to get back at Stone Cold Steve Austin? Look at all these things that happen on SmackDown. SmackDown is a shell of what it used to be. SmackDown is just a big pile of crap now. I'm sorry, it really is. And Triple H, you can sit there and make fun of everyone being on social media, but you're on social media also. And stop plugging your WWE network. $9.99, $9.99. In closing, I don't really care about SmackDown anymore. The fact that it's going back to Thursday nights means nothing to me. Nothing at all. It's just a different night. It's nothing like it used to be, so what's the point? They might as well just let it stay on Fridays. What's the most interesting thing that happened on SmackDown? Nothing. Probably when Al Wilson, Tori's fake dad, died on TV, or when Brock Lesnar broke the ring in June of 2003. That's the most interesting thing I could think of since The Rock and Stone Cold left. Other than that, nothing has happened. Brock Lesnar broke the ring in 2003, and Tori Wilson's dad died, kayfabe, in 2003. But after 2003, SmackDown was done. I don't care what anybody says. 1999 to 2003, as far as I'm concerned. It reached its prime by then. I just want to say this before I go. I'll give credit where credit is due. SmackDown did produce a successful video game franchise with the SmackDown vs. Raw series. At first, SmackDown was an individual game series, then it turned into SmackDown vs. Raw. So I'll give credit where credit is due. But the problem is, the only reason why people still pay attention to SmackDown is because it's a household name. It's a recognizable name. Other than that, no one really cares anymore. Because if they did, they would actually watch it on TV instead of streaming it. That's all I gotta say. It's moving back to Thursday nights, and that's cool and everything, but it's not gonna change anything. Have fun with it. I'll still watch, but only because I'm an optimist. Thanks for listening. SmackDown sucks now. I don't care what Triple H says.